black letterboxes. Seriously?
You're crazy. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I?
Well, it's the 1st of October and it's Black History Month. And what an interesting month I think this is going to be. Right, but anyway, let me continue. Let's have a look what we've got here. Right, so the Royal Mail have decided or came up with the genius idea that due to it being Black History Month, yeah, they wanted to pay a tribute and show, whether it's a sign of respect or acknowledgement, whatever it is, they wanted to show that they are diverse within the company themselves. And a guy by the name of Peter, is it Norville? Peter Norville, yeah, came up with the idea that painting 4 letterboxes and then putting famous black people or iconic black people on these letterboxes was a good idea, right? Now, at this point, I want to say, you know what? I'll have to give him, let's say, a nice score, 9 out of 10 for trying, right? Because at the end of the day, right, the people that he put on his letterboxes, let's say you had Lenny Henry, comic relief and his acting career in entertainment and TV. You have Yinka Shonaba, I think it is. I'm terrible with pronouncing names, right? You should know that by now. She commissioned, she commissioned the actual job itself to do it. Then you had another woman by the name of Mary Sokol, and this is in tribute to her actions during during the war, in which she herself she helped to nurse British soldiers back to health, and she also built an establishment in which British soldiers could revive themselves and recuperate and stuff like that. So she played a really big part in the recovery of British soldiers in the war. And then you had what's his name, Walter Tull. Walter Tull was apparently the first Black Rangers player, or the first black player to play for Rangers back in the day, and also which I found more interesting, is that he was the first black person to be put on a stamp for his efforts during the war. Again, as a first World War soldier, he was the first black person to be put on a stamp, right? Which, to me, all of this information and knowledge that is being put out there, I think is great. You know what I mean? Like I said, for Peter, I think this is great. You know what I mean? However, there are many different ways to skin a cat, I think the expression is, yeah. And for me, this kind of information should be involved in the curriculum, yeah. That's where it needs to be. When kids are growing up and they're learning about history, alongside your Shakespeare and your Einsteins and your Wright brothers and Churchill and so forth and so on, who are mandatory taught within the curriculum. This is where that information needs to be, yeah. Not what I would say, not placed on a letterbox for a month. Because if you look in the small print, you will see that these black letterboxes are only going to be up for about a month. And based on that, for me, when I see these, when I see people do actions like this or take actions like this, should I say, these actions just become symbolic. Yeah, they don't do nothing. And that symbolic, what does it mean? Because at the end of the day, a symbolic gesture like this, okay, then it's good for the business and it's nice to see that you share and cool. You know what I mean? That's all cool, right? But it doesn't change a racist person. A person that's racist ain't gonna look at this and do anything. In fact, I think that it has the opposite. This fuels the person who is racist. This makes them even worse. It fuels them because now all they see is that you're defiling a great British tradition, or you're defiling an icon of Britain.
The most vulnerable people in the world at the moment are white British people, because our culture, everything we stand for and do and what we are, is being trampled on.
As far as they're concerned, this is Britain and this is England. Oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Why are they doing that, right? And even though it's only 4 letterboxes, as far as they're concerned, it's 4 too many. You know what I mean? And so, as a symbolic gesture, okay, then, you know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't going to deny he didn't do his job, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? In order for me to do this video, I had to go and look, who's Walter Tull? Who the hell was that guy? I never knew, because I was never taught. Just like most people would never been taught. So did have some good. But for me, for what good it did, as far as the country and the people in the country are concerned, it did a lot worse, because it's one of those situations where now it's going to cause conflict, because those who are, let's say, your nationalists or your patriotic and the parlour groupers, all they're going to see, like I said, is defilement of great British tradition and values. They're not going to they're not going to take no interest in what was posted on that letterbox. They couldn't care less. I mean, it's not in their interest.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Once again, it's one of those situations where a white person has done what they consider a good deed and a good gesture, or done something symbolic, and yet those who are, let's say, like I said, your parlour groupers and that, they're just going to look at it as another attack on them. Oh no, they're attacking us, right? And then they're going to defend themselves or respond by focusing whatever the word is, on black people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that was it for today. Like I says, Black Letterboxes, and it is the beginning of Black History Month, so I can only imagine it can only go worse, or get worse, or go downhill. But let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.
Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes.